been trading for 5 years, and that honestly blows my mind. Welcome back to yet another video. Hope everyone is doing well. This one's going to be a little bit different because I wanted to talk about my story, the journey. I know a lot of you guys know me from Wait for the Shift of Structure, 4-hour break and retest, all of that, but I just want to share my story and how, I found trading, the journey I had to go through to obviously where we are now, just so you guys get to know me a little bit better. It all started off with me wanting to be different. I know you've heard it before and I know everybody says this, but it's the truth. I always had something in me. There was a feeling that told me I don't want to do what everybody else does. I don't want to wake up in the morning and go to work and have someone tell me, hey, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. I understand that's the reality, but I just didn't want it to be my reality. I was just a regular school student. I was going to school, college, then I went to uni, and just doing the average basic stuff, like nothing crazy, just living my life. But again, something in me was like, hey, I think you should do something else. I think you should try things, take the risk, and just be different. And one of the biggest drivers to that, but just before I say that, I didn't know it was going to be trading. I knew that it was going to be something, but I didn't have any idea that it would be trading. And the biggest driver for that thought was my parents. My parents have been there for me through everything. Like, they are there when I have new hobbies every 5 minutes, when I want to play this sport, I want to do this, just any sort of goal I have, they always support me no matter what. And I just wanted to figure out a way to say thank you to them and show how much I appreciate them and just be able to give back to them. And my main goal in everything is just always my parents. I'm super like family based. It's just me. I don't even have any siblings, so the bond between my parents and I is very, very strong. So whatever I do, they're always there for me. So that's literally the least I could do is say thank you and show them that I want to give back to them. So going back to the fact that I didn't know anything about trading, the only thing I knew about trading was Wolf of Wall Street, which is an incredible movie, and you have to watch it at least once every year. It's just that good. I knew obviously about penny stocks. I knew about him yelling on the phone to random people saying do this, do that. But yeah, I didn't know forex, didn't know crypto, didn't know any of that stuff. But there was a time where, obviously I was scrolling on social media as everybody does. I would see people in their Lambos, in their signal groups, all of that stuff, saying, hey, you can make money, you can do this. And I was like, sure, like what is this about? But I can proudly say I never joined a signal group, and please don't join signal groups. I am very, very against them. However, I was okay, I'm a little bit interested. What is this about? So I got into crypto as my kind of first touch point. And at the time, Bitcoin was having a crash, just a pullback, but I didn't know that at the time, and everybody was talking about it. I was like, okay, what's this about? Like, I want to get involved. How do you trade this? How do you even read this? What is this about? So I started getting into crypto, learning a little bit about that. Honestly, lasted about a week, and then I was like, I don't think this is for me, so I quit. But there was something in the back of my head saying, just come back because I find this interesting. And don't get me wrong, I know trading can be very boring. But at the start, I was excited, and I was like, something about this just is interesting to me. So I went back, did a little bit more, but I quite quickly realized that you need a little bit more money than what I had to trade crypto. I didn't know about, the leverage and things like that. So I was like, I don't have a lot of money, I'm just going to school. So I need to find a different way. But I did like the whole trading aspect of it. I just didn't know, the difference between scalping, day trading, swing trading, none of that stuff. I didn't even get to that point yet. So I discovered forex, and I really hate saying that name because, again, it's associated with the scams, the signal groups, and the Lambos and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, like, I love Lambos and I'll have one, but I just don't like the way forex is necessarily portrayed. So just currencies is fine. So I got into that, and I was practicing, watching videos on YouTube, a bunch of random strategies. I was mixing them together. I was taking like 50 strategies, putting them in one, thinking I had it all figured out. I would say, if this candle turns green, then I'm gonna buy or I'm gonna sell. And obviously what would happen is I would buy and get stopped out because Even though, yes, entry candles, are important, you have to know the bigger picture. But I didn't, and I thought I did. I thought I had it figured out, but I didn't even really understand the time frames. I didn't understand like any of the basics. But in my head, I was like, I got this. Like, I'm basically a pro, which obviously I wasn't. And there was a time where obviously I kept losing, and I was like, I don't think this is for me. And I quit again. I quit multiple times. But again, there was still that thing in the back of my head thinking, yeah, you should come back. You want to come back. It's interesting to you. This is your way, so let's try it. So obviously kept coming back, and I got to a point where I was winning a good amount. I wasn't like profitable, but I was winning a good amount, kind of not necessarily losing my money, but I was consistent, and I was always ending the day on profit. Of course, I was kind of a scalper, day trader, anything you want to call it. I was essentially that. And there was a point where I was feeling extra confident, and I was like, you know what? I haven't traded cryptos, haven't traded gold, haven't traded anything apart from currencies. Let me try gold. As you know, gold is very dangerous, especially if you don't know what you're doing. It moves very, very fast, and I was like, I'm basically a trader. I can make a lot more money on gold with the small account that I have. So also important, my account was like 1,000, 1.2, and I would kind of keep it at that level. I wasn't going above, wasn't going below. It would kind of stay level. So I was like, okay, let me risk 200 on a position on gold. Obviously, as you know, 200, looking at the actual account size, is a very poor risk management, but I didn't have any of that. So we just went with it. 200 risk, gone. Stopped out. I was a little bit taken back. I was like, not sure what just happened, but okay, maybe it's just a one-off. Entered again. Stopped out again. I was like, something's wrong here. So I kept entering because I was like, it's the markets. I'm obviously a pro trader. Until my account was at £200. So that was a very, very important lesson that I learned, and I was very shocked, very taken back, very humbled, because I understood that I knew nothing about trading. I just thought I did, but yeah. So that was my biggest lesson that I learned. It wasn't necessarily a big loss. Obviously, I mean, £800 is a large amount of money, but in terms of like, it wasn't like thousands or whatever, but it was a loss that hurt the most because I knew I didn't have to do that. The risk management, the psychology was definitely not there. And that made me realize that if I want to become a profitable trader, if I actually want to do this, then I have to put the effort in and stop, messing around. And did I have a journal? Yes. Did I use it? Yes. But did I implement it? No. So I would write, oh, entered too early or closed too early, did whatever. But then the next trade I'd be like, let's just enter now. I'll get a better risk reward. What would happen? Entered too early, get stopped out. So the mistakes I was making, I was not improving and not learning from them at all. So that's honestly why it took me so long. But I didn't really have anyone to teach me. I didn't have a mentor. I learned from YouTube, as I was saying, about those 50 strategies in one. But that's definitely one thing I would change and have someone teach me. But the biggest people that I look up to and I would base my strategy off of was Lambo Rao and FX Alex G. I know my strategy is very similar to his because honestly I watched so many of his YouTube videos like from the start. Like, he is such a huge inspiration, and even like the challenges or just anything he does, the random side quests, I think are super cool. So he's definitely at the top, especially Lambo Rao as well. I used to watch him a lot at the start of my journey. So they definitely helped me get to the point where I am now, even though they weren't directly my mentors, but they still definitely helped me along the way. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But yeah, I just realized after that point that it was time to get going. Like, it took me 2.5 years to become profitable, which is a good amount of time, and I definitely could have reached profitability a lot faster if I had just put my head down and just learn from my mistakes. It's a journey you have to go through. Some people click right away, 3 months. Some people it takes even longer. So it's just dependent on you as a person, how you learn. With that being said, though, I was sat glued to the screen all day, every day. Like, any spare minute I had, I was directly just staring at the screen, being like, okay, this pattern's forming, what's going on here? Trying to spot anything that would help me understand what I'm reading, because I didn't understand how someone could just sit there and be like, okay, this is happening, or this is going to happen, and it actually happens. Like, that would blow my mind. I was like, what do you mean? You can predict the markets. Obviously, the markets do what they want, but you can always adapt and do all these things. I couldn't really believe it. So that was the one thing I wanted to do, and it comes with time. If there's anything I want to say, everything comes with time. your time is coming. Just don't give up, because if you give up, you didn't come this far to give up. In fact, there's no if you give up. You didn't come this far to give up. Even if it's taking you years, again, you're just going to throw all that away and be like, forget about trading. You can't. You already have it in your brain. You just need to perfect those skills. And that's it. That's the journey. That's everything I went through in kind of short. But we made it. We haven't made it quite yet, but I mean, like, we made it this far. And we have a bunch of good things coming, a bunch of exciting things. But it just shows that if you just stay consistent and just show up every single day, your time will come. Like I was saying, it doesn't matter how long it takes. If you really want it, just stick with it, and please don't give up. Because if I gave up, I would definitely not be sitting here talking to a camera right now. I would just be at a regular job and selling houses, as my previous job was. So it's cool. It's a cool job, but I prefer trading a little bit more. So make sure to just keep going. There's nothing stopping you. But I'm excited to see what the future holds. We have a bunch of things, and yes, I do want to get a Lambo, but the time will come. I'm kind of like here, there, and everywhere, so it doesn't make sense to get a car. Plus, I feel like I don't really show what I do in terms of like materialistic things, just because I just want to live in the moment. Like, I want to spend time with my family. I know I'm kind of like traveling a little bit, but that's cool too. Like, I'm allowed to travel here, do this, go to this country whenever I want. There's nothing stopping me saying, oh, hey, wait, don't do that. What are you doing? I can just go, and it's cool. And I like to show that trading, you can be just like a regular person. You don't have to be sitting in your Lambo taking a video of the logo and things like that. It's cool, but you don't have to do that. You can just live a regular life and just enjoy it with your family and your friends, and just be a normal person. That's what I want to do, just be normal, I guess. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening to the journey, and thank you for all your support. It honestly means so much. Like, just people that message me saying, like, even the YouTube videos have changed them, or just like a short little reel that I said, it means a lot, and that is honestly why I do these videos, because it makes me happy that people see progress even with just a silly little video that I did. So thank you guys, I appreciate it, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot, and hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take it easy, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.